Hello, everyone, and welcome to Panthers Stadium for CTN's live coverage of high school football. It's week 3 as the Panthers host the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, a little early start. We're going to kick this one off about 5 minutes before the hour. Cardinals giving it up to the Panthers to start on offense. First return starting from inside the 10 at the 8. A good return out across the 30 to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, great
for Nick Wetzel.
Great field position for the Panthers to start their drive. And, you know, they're going to look to run the ball. That's what they do. They run that wing T offense. Cardinals defensively, I think the biggest important thing for them, if they're going to stop that run, ends have to stay home. They cannot let them get outside.
Main option out of the backfield is going to be Henry Dennis. Ran for over 100 yards last week in a win over Irondale. Both teams come in 1-1. Under center is Zach Dunbar. And a false start will slow things down.
You know, that always hurts your offense in the first play. You jump.
Especially after the good return by Wetzel. Backs him up. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 28.
Coach Stewart of Spring Lake Park concerned about that, especially that front 4, front 7 for Coon Rapids. Very athletic, and he's got to win that battle at the point of attack if he wants his running game to work properly, and that's what they're going to have to do, is to try and control that big front of Coon Rapids.
Coon Rapids defense pretty strong in the win last week.
Yeah, it's just all about discipline for this defense for Coon Rapids. They have to stay disciplined against this offense.
A fumble on the exchange. Looks like the Panthers were able to get back on top of it. Dunbar able to push forward for a gain of 2.
Just expanding a little bit on that, the discipline of those ends. Coach Russell said we have to keep their eyes really on the read, not into the backfield. They have to look at the read and react to it.
And a good chance here for him to force them into a 3rd and long situation. This is a Panthers team that does not throw the ball very often. Just 4 passes attempted in each of their first 2 contests. Dunbar on the option, wrapped up and taken down in the backfield. Ethan Tidrow gets him for a loss.
Yeah, we saw good shades from Ethan Tidrow last year, and he's continuing on here. Great defensive play from this Cardinals squad. And now you put him in a 3rd and long, and you mentioned it, Joe. 2nd and long, 3rd and long, exactly what you want to do as a defense. You want to force them to throw the ball, which they do not do well. So this is an opportunity for the defense to see if they can force them out here.
Dunbar was 0 for 4 week 1 in the loss to Armstrong, 4 for 4 for 2 touchdowns and 103 yards last week in the win over Irondale. Drops back, throws long to the right side. That pass is caught by Skelly. A first down into Cardinal territory at the 41-yard line. I was just going to say 3 of the 4 completions and 100 yards, 2 touchdowns last week for Skelly. And he got over the top, threw one up for the big guy to go get. He went and got it.
Yeah,
1st and 10 from the Coon Rapids 42.
He used his size on the outside. Just again, a nice throw, and he just won that 50-50 ball. He jumped a little bit higher.
Handoff trying to go up the middle, and nothing there for Brian Oriana.
You know, the one
gain of 2.
One thing disheartening for Coach Weber is giving up that 3rd and long completion, but the defense really doing a nice job against the run, and that's really what they want to do.
Well, Tarnu was in pretty good position, but like you said,
he
threw it up over him, and a good athletic catch by Skelly. A big first down keeps this opening possession alive. 2nd and 8 on the keeper. It's Dunbar looking for room in the middle, spun back after a gain of about a yard, maybe 2.
That was a nice play by Ty King. He had a nice game last week in that win over Forest Lake. I believe he had a couple of sacks, if I'm not mistaken. You're going to see him here, 44, come into your picture, make the play. And again, it puts him in a third and relatively long situation.
Last one was 3rd and 16. This one 3rd and 6.
Yeah,
definitely more manageable. Timeout early for Spring Lake Park. They want to make sure they get the right call here. Let's go down to the sidelines. Third member of our team, Jen Halverson. Jen.
Thanks, Joe. Well, both teams coming into tonight favoring that run-heavy offense. But head coach of Coon Rapids, Nick Russin, told me that he wants to favor the pass game tonight and get quarterback Jake Van Hulzen involved with a rhythm and quick and easy releases right away. This Cardinals team is pumped for tonight with a road warrior mentality. They want to send a message right away and come at those Panthers squad hard. Joe?
Thank you, Jen. And this is a big down for the team. We talked about it. They gave up a big third down conversion earlier in this drive. Here's another opportunity for the stop, but another opportunity for the Panthers to keep pushing. And maybe early on in this contest, this is 4-down territory inside the 40.
We'll talk a little. We'll expand a little bit more on what Jen had to say when the Cardinals get the ball. But yeah, I mean, this is something that in a 3rd and 6 situation, Cardinal defense looking to come up big.
Dunbar under center, strong side left, 2 running backs in the backfield. And Dunbar is going to try and keep it off left tackle, dives forward to the 35. It'll be 4th and about 3.
Yeah, again.
Fake the give to Henry, tried to follow him through the hole off tackle, found 3 yards, but still 3 more to gain, and they are going to be going for it on 4th and 3 from the 35.
Oh yeah, and again, the defensive front is really playing strong at this point. They're limiting them. If they can hold them to 3 yards a carry, obviously 3 yards would get a first down in this situation, but they're doing a really good job of bottling up so far early on what they want to do.
On 4th and 3, Dunbar hands off to Henry left side, and he did not get it. Cardinals are going to get a turnover on downs.
That's a great set for the Cardinals. Outside of giving up that pass, it's a great set for the defense because they took Spring Lake Park away from what they like to do. You're going to see it. Just a great job staying at home. I believe that was Ghibli on the tackle. Yeah, just a great job. I mean, wrapping up your tackles are so important. That's what they work so diligently in practice, is making sure they ramp up their tackles. Open field, that wasn't open field, but open field tackles you'll see tonight too are really important that the defense has to make.
So Coon Rapids, first chance on offense. Van Hulzen fakes the give. The pitch goes to Doe. A flag on the play. No room for Doe on the left side. A run of no gain. We'll see what the flag is.
I don't know if there was movement. We'll take a look and see what our official has to say.
Ball start. Cardinals.
They decline it.
Yep.
Make it 2nd and 10 instead of 1st and 15. High snap brought down, handoff, and a throw by Doe. Downfield is complete for a first down deep into Panther territory.
That was Sonny Tao.
Sonny Tao on the receiving end.
Boy, was that a pretty pass from Jordan Doe. Yeah. But there's a flag on the play and it's coming back. I would say a hold if I were to guess. Nope.
Legal man downfield.
That's unfortunate. That's just that's an unfortunate penalty because the offense knew.
You can't pull that one out of your hat too often.
No, and they knew what the play was going to be. I don't see where the downfield happened, but that was about as perfect a pass as you can make. Laid it over the defender, right in over his shoulder. That's unfortunate.
Bubble screen right side to Sonny Tao, makes one man miss. Gets out across the 35 to the 36-yard line, but it's going to be 3rd and about 8.
Yeah, now puts them in a longer situation on 3rd down.
Gain of 6 sets up 3rd and 8. Play action, throw, incomplete, right through Tau's hands and picked off. Coming up with the interception, Adam Clausen, and a turnover back into Coon Rapids territory. A flag on the play on the far side of the field, but I think this is going to be another offensive penalty.
Yeah, I think you're right. And again, that pass is just thrown a little too high. Give credit to the Panthers on defense. They capitalized on the turnover. Now an opportunity to get a little momentum on their side to start their second drive.
Well, and 3 penalties on 4 snaps for the Cardinals offense on their first time on the field. A turnover and giving the ball back to the Panthers in plus territory.
You know, coaches always talk about the intangibles, and turnovers are so important. Spring Lake Park coming up with an early one here.
An offense that failed to convert on 4th and 3 gets another chance in great position. Coming out 1st and 10 from the Coon Rapids 41. Handoff goes to Oriana off the right side. And he gets to the 38. It's a gain of 3.
And again, defense staying to their ends, or staying disciplined early on here in this game and forcing opportunities taken away from Spring Lake Park in terms of big gains in the run game. But this team is capable of breaking a big run, and that's what the Cardinal defense has to worry about.
Fakes the give. Dunbar on the keep. Broke 1 tackle. Dragged down from behind as he gets to the 32. A gain of 6. Be 3rd and short.
A nice job cutting back, finding a little bit of a seam. Able to pick up that positive yardage for Dunbar.
Third and 1. Dunbar moves left. He keeps it again. Now he's going to pitch it. Oriana dropped it. Still loose. Cardinals able to scoop it up on the far side, and they get the takeaway right back on a misplay. Easy first down for Spring Lake Park, and it was just bobbled on the pitch to Oriana. Shy Williams there to scoop it up.
I'm surprised Dunbar just didn't take it. But yeah, he's got to be able to retrieve that. That's on him. I mean, that pitch is right there. He just took his eyes off it. And give credit to the Cardinal defense. Shy Williams doing a good job of picking it up, giving the ball right back to the Cardinal offense.
Out of the shotgun, play action. Pass is incomplete. Not on the same page, quarterback and receiver.
Yeah, and again, they have that quick little hits. They have that play open. Unfortunately, Jake just couldn't find him. And this is what Jen was talking about, those quick rhythm plays. They want to get him in a rhythm. Had a good week last week, 11 for 18, 103 yards in that score to Avant Shannon.
Handoff this time, and Ryan Garlick tied up in the backfield, dropped for a loss, 3rd and long.
Yeah, that play took a little bit too long to string out. Plenty of blue jerseys there to make sure Garlick wasn't going to gain the edge. And Garlick's got the speed, and if he gains that edge, he's got a good opportunity. But give credit to the Panther defense. Just really a nice job of pursuing to the edge and making the play.
Nick Wetzel got there first, wrapped up his leg. 3rd and 12. Straight drop. Van Holzen throws right, has a man, complete to Jordan Doe, a first down to the 36-yard line of Spring Lake Park.
Boy, Doe made such a nice adjustment to make sure he brought that in. Had a couple of defenders there, but able to make sure he concentrated to make that catch because he knew he was going to take a hit. You can see him, he just goes over his back shoulder, makes the catch. There are 3 blue jerseys there, but he made sure he held on to that.
Nice pickup on 1st and 10. A quick hitch to Doe on the side. Gets a block down to the 28-yard line, a gain of 8.
Oh, he took a big hit, too.
Sorensen with the tackle for the Panthers. Along with Cooper.
There you see Jordan's numbers from a week ago.
Makes it 2nd and 2 for the 28.
Second and short, fake the give. Van Holzen on the keeper. Did not fool the boys in blue. They're there to wrap him up for no gain. 3rd and short.
Yeah, Coach Stewart talked about what he needed to do on defense, and really he knows that Coon Rapids has some athletic players. They have to wrap them up, and that's what you see there. Just making sure you get contact, bringing them to the ground, putting them in a 3rd and 3 situation.
Ball spotted at a 1-yard loss. 3rd and 3 from the 29. Fakes the give. The pass is there, complete to Tao, a first down to the 12-yard line.
And again, quick rhythm throws. That's exactly what they want to do. Didn't waste a lot of time. Put the ball in Garlick's gut, took it back out, and threw the quick pass to Sonny Tao. And this drive is continuing to move forward. Nice
17-yard gain sets up 1st and 10, deep in the Panthers zone. Garlick and Doe both in the backfield with Van Holzen. Van Holzen will keep it. A lot of guys getting back there, and no chance on that option if they've got 3 defenders there.
Well, yeah, and again, just putting numbers at the line of scrimmage. You can see here just nobody there to block those 2 extra players, and Van Holzen nowhere to go.
Now on 2nd and 10 from the 12. Van Holzen and the Cardinals will check the call from the sideline. Just over 2.5 remaining first quarter. Handoff goes to Garlick. Trying to get around the left corner. A stiff arm. Spins inside the 10 and forced out at the 8. Gain of 4 will set up 3rd and 6.
Again, Garlick getting the edge, but a defense closing quickly. As Coon Rapids did a nice job of sealing that edge off. Good job there by Adam Clausen just to fight off a block and make the tackle.
3rd and 6. Van Holzen looks right, waits, now throws, incomplete. Looking over the middle for Jordan Doe. And there was Skelly looking to get the pick.
Well, and I think he had Jordan the pass just off a little bit. He was right in front of the defender. He had to get it past. Another defender, but it looked like he had that opportunity to thread it in there. Unfortunately, just couldn't get it in.
Cardinals going to look to put some points on the board. This is a 25-yard field goal attempt for Alexander Findlay. Kick is up. It is good. Coon Rapids up 3-0.
Yeah, and I think a little bit disappointing that they didn't get the touchdown, but the fact that they came away with points was extremely important. But after that fumble and a pretty good drive, they come away with just the 3 points.
But I was wondering, as we were heading into 3rd down, how much yardage they would need to make that 4-down territory.
Right.
When you have a weapon like Findlay and you can get field goals.
Oh, I agree. I have no problem with the field goal. I think they're just a little disappointed they couldn't put it in the end zone. That's
as any offense always is. Coon Rapids special teams looking for a little bit better stop. The opening kick, Wetzel with a nice return set the Panthers up in good field position. Wetzel and Oriana are the deep backs for Coon Rapids.
There's the Cardinal faithful.
It's red, white, and blue night.
It is red, white, and blue night.
And on the flip side, it's Hawaiian shirt night.
I didn't get that memo.
Findley's kick right down the middle. Wetzel backs up, takes it from the 6, fakes the give to Oriana, runs into traffic, hit first by Tone Manos, driven back. He's out as far as the 15.
It didn't fake the special teams out of Coon Rapids. Faked our camera guy out a little bit, but it did not fake out Coon Rapids, and they did a nice job just Manos applying the hit, joined by a bevy of teammates.
So after the first points go on the board, buck for the visiting team, the Panthers take over 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. Run left, trying to cut back is Dunbar, dives over a pile and gains 2. But good pursuit and good numbers there for the visiting defense.
When again, I mean, just look at the play at the line at the point of attack. Jeebly again coming in unblocked, causing a little trouble before Dunbar can try and attempt a bit of a run there. But Coon Rapids right now, early on, Joe, they're doing what they want to do on defense. This is their game plan, and because they know the Panthers want to run the ball.
Yeah, just one real big play that they gave up on 3rd and long on the opening drive, the long pass to Skelly. Outside of that, they have done a pretty good job. There's the pitch. Running to the right side, finding a big hole is Dennis. He's got a first down out across the 30, dragged down at the 34.
And that's exactly what they want to do, and you can see that blocking offensively. I mean, look at the hole that he has to run through. Just a nice job of standing up the defense. Good job on the edge, pushing. I believe that was Corey out. And we talked about him in the opening. He's a good running back. There you see his season numbers. Had 113 yards last week.
16 on that carry, sets up 1st and 10 from the 33. Handoff goes to Oriana. He's wrapped up immediately, but able to get his way forward for a gain of 3.
There you see the time remaining in the first quarter, about 40 ticks away.
Looking to throw, wants Skelly again. Pass was underthrown. Skelly tried to come back, no chance. Incomplete.
Again, just a quick drop back and a throw, and I'm not sure if they were just off a little bit, but incomplete. Puts them in a 3rd and 7 situation. A big play for Coon Rapids defense coming up right here. It's early, and they'd like to make a stop on this drive. You see the numbers. 1 of 3 on 3rd down for the Panthers.
Pitch bobbled by Oriana, trying to find his way around.
Wow.
He's taken down for a loss. It'll be a punting situation for Spring Lake Park. Great tackle by Ryan Corey.
Oh, I talked about that earlier. Open field tackling, how important it is. Ryan Corey showing you how it's done. Again, just coming up, grabbing them low, bringing them down. Just a beautiful defensive play.
And that will end the corner. So as we head for the second, it's Coon Rapids 3, Spring Lake Park 0. Panthers facing a 4th and 10. You're watching live high school football on CTN.
Want to know the who, what, when, and where of Coon Rapids? Then just follow CTN on social media. It's that simple. Whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Keep up with local news, sports, and events, and the people who make our community such a great place to live. So give us a follow, like, share, or subscribe, and always be the first to know what's up in Coon Rapids. That's CTN, helping you stay connected.
Back at Panthers Stadium. Spring Lake Park punting, and that one off the side of the foot of the punter. It will take a Panther roll and be down right near the 40-yard line. And the Cardinals will take over there with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, good field position to take over on this drive. And really, offensively, I thought they had a nice rhythm going on that last drive. They're looking to carry it over. Cardinals do a good job mixing up a nice throw to Doe. And again, a good look to Sonny Tao. Ryan Garlick trying to find the corner. And the Cardinals come away with 3 points on the Finley field goal.
On 1st and 10, Van Holzen wants to throw. Pass is complete to Jordan Doe into the Panthers zone at the 41.
Again, a quick rhythm throw. Jake's starting to feel that a little bit, and that's what Coach Rustin wants. Just that quick throw. Nice catch by Doe. He's so athletic, and again, just doing a nice job right in the seam between a few defenders, able to make sure he gathered it in.
18-yard gain, 1st and 10. Fake the give to Garlick. Van Holzen tracked down in the backfield by Wetzel and dropped for a loss.
Yeah, Wetzel's been very active on that defensive side of the ball for the Panthers.
Well, and the Cardinals haven't had a chance to get the running game going because the Panthers defensively have gotten in the backfield and they don't have any time to get going.
Well, and that
Cardinals offensive line has to do a better job of giving them an opportunity to start.
I was just going to say it.
Little swing pass to Garlick out of the backfield. Big hole down the sideline, a 1st down, and he's taken out of bounds near the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Ryan Garlick, as we've talked about it during the baseball season, great speed. And watch him gain the edge. Just a quick little flare from Van Holzen. Great block on the edge by Doe. And then he's able to accelerate past a few defenders to pick up the 1st down and then some.
Well, and that's something we saw a lot of last week is the downfield blocking by the Coon Rapids receiver corps really helped them gain a lot of extra yards. And now on 1st and 10 from the Panther 25, play action. Pass is complete to Sonny Tao, cutting across the middle. He's got a 1st down to the 15.
And just a smart play, the run after the catch by Sonny Tao. I mean, watch him turn upfield, realizing that's his best opportunity to gain additional yards. Just realizing what the situation was on the field, and he's able to head upfield and gain that extra yardage. The quick little throw, and you're going to see him right here turn it up, pick up a few additional yards.
So 1st and 10 now from the 15. Out of the shotgun is Van Holzen with 2 receivers on either side. Blitz coming. Van Holzen wants to cut back and just lost in a sea of blue jerseys. Drops for a loss of 2.
Well, the play that he wanted didn't materialize, and he just tried to gain as much as he could out of it. You're going to see great job. Again, you talked about it, Joe. Offensive line, got to hold your blocks. They weren't holding the block there. Forced the play to change, and they lost yardage on it.
Well, and Spring Lake Park is doing something very basic. Just bring more guys than the offensive line can block. They're attacking with 6 or 7 guys up front and smaller guys that are quick that can sneak between. Van Holzen with time, pumps, rolls, now throws. And that is picked off, and that's a pass he can't throw. And a big return down the sideline. Van Holzen knocks him out of bounds near the 35. And that's Skelly on the interception.
Yeah, Jake was just trying to force something, and you're right. He cannot force that ball.
You just got to throw this
one away.
You got to
throw it away. Yeah, I mean, you just can't force it. And he saw a receiver, but again, he's throwing off his back foot. He's not getting the kind of rotation he wants on the ball. I mean, you saw Jordan Doe there, but again, you just can't throw that pass. And the Cardinals were having a nice drive. Now turn the ball over to Spring Lake Park. There's head coach John Stewart.
9:41 to go first half. Panthers take over 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line, trailing Coon Rapids 3-0.
Yeah, so far turnovers have been kind of the story of this game.
Dunbar looks to keep it right side, can't get turned upfield. He will get a short gain, but just not a lot there.
Both defenses limiting some of the running opportunities for the offenses. Dunbar, similar to Van Hulsen, tried to turn it upfield, but just quick plays by the defense have not allowed him to do that.
Well, and I would just say the only difference is the Panthers getting much better at getting in behind the line, better penetration. The Cardinals just doing a great job of following the play like that with numbers. Good pursuit down the line. The pitch to Oriana gets another yard. It'll be 3rd and 7.
That was Hibbler on the tackle. Again, just using his strength to bring him to the ground. Now force, again, a 3rd and relatively long situation, another 3rd and 7 for this Panther offense.
On 3rd and 7, the pitch is batted out. The Cardinals scrambling for it. Ball still loose, and they do have it. Ty King able to get on top of it. Miles Taylor was in there. I think Jeebly was the one who forced it free. No, I think actually it was Miles. Miles hit Dunbar as he was pitching it.
Boy, tough place to turn it over. Yeah, Miles definitely got a hand on it.
Because Jeebly's in there as well.
Miles almost had the recovery, but then Ty King able to.
Tidro. There's a lot of jerseys that are in the backfield. As soon as I was saying that the other team was getting more penetration.
They heard you, Joe. They took the challenge.
Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?
A big defensive play. Can the offense take advantage? 1st and 10 from the opponent's 28-yard line. Van Hulsen, high snap, quick swing to Ryan Garlick, trying to get around the corner, gets away from Wetzel, spins forward, and is down to the 25, a gain of 3.
Yeah, Wetzel a little bit slow to get up, favoring his right shoulder. We'll see if he's coming out of the game.
Well, and he's been all over the field for the Panthers, returning punts, and he's definitely something going on with his right arm. We certainly hope he's all right. And we've got another player over there on the sideline grabbing at an ankle. And hopefully that's no worse than
Adam Clausen.
Hopefully that's no worse than a cramp. But yeah, there's Wetzel, and I mean his right arm kind of dangling. Hopefully it's just a
little stinger, maybe.
Something that can be bounced back from. Well, he's moving it. I mean, no trainer giving him close attention, but they're over worrying about the teammate on the far side of the field. So we're going to take a short break while this gets sorted out. We'll be back with more from Panther Stadium after this.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
And there is Adam Clausen walking off under his own power, which is good, as we saw him grabbing at his ankle, possible lower body injury. But two players who we've talked about a lot already in this contest go down on the same play. Coon Rapids has it 2nd and 7 from the 25 of Spring Lake Park. A little bit of a busted play perhaps, and Van Holzen turns it into a short gain, 3rd down.
Well, a couple of high snaps, too. I mean, Van Holzen's able to get him in, but they certainly can't afford that. Now puts them in a 3rd and long situation. And again, just good pressure up at the point of attack by that Panther defense. We've seen them, as you mentioned, we've seen them do that fairly well here this evening. Officials timeout, I think, here.
Wetzel is coming back on the field for the Panthers,
that's
so
good
that's
to
a
see.
good sign
Yep.
for Spring Lake Park.
There's
Not sure what.
They're working on his shoulder. I mean, originally it looked like he was grabbing
definitely
his
looked
ankle.
like he was grabbing at his ankle. Kind of a weird long break there between plays, but now on 3rd and 6, Van Holzen rolling right, has protection, now is in trouble and taken down near the sidelines for a loss. It'll be 4th and 7.
Again, Cardinals offense sputtering here a little bit in the in this part of the field. And at the 25.
Well, and certainly 4-down territory
Yeah.
at this point, a little out of reach perhaps for Findlay. Possibly he makes it from here. I mean,
got
from
a
here
nice
it's
boot.
he does, but from here it's a 43,
42,
44
yeah,
yarder.
yeah.
Van Holzen throwing long, looking end zone, caught, touchdown, Jordan Doe.
Wow, what a nice pass. And again, and that's a gutsy call on 4th and 7. You go for the score to the corner of the end zone, but boy, that was a sweet pass. Jordan Doe doing a nice job of getting behind the defense and just a nice strike to the corner of the end zone, Joe.
What a great blitz pickup by Ryan Garlick. He paid the price in the backfield,
Yep.
but he gave his quarterback time, and Van Holzen put it in there perfectly. Watch the left side of the screen. There you see him getting blown up.
Right over the
Good
defender.
toss,
Beautiful pass.
right where it needed to be. The kick for Findlay is up and good. Coon Rapids leads 10-0.
Just for their psyche, Joe, Coon Rapids needed to get some additional points on the board. They've had numerous opportunities to do so. They did get the field goal, but look at that pass. It's just exactly where it needs to be. No defender is going to be able to cover that, and it puts it on, and he's such a good athlete, he's going to make that catch. And the Cardinals take a 10-0 lead with 6:25 remaining in the opening half.
And they really needed to take advantage
They
of
did.
that turnover. You've talked about it. Watch Ryan Garlick in the backfield. He picks up the blitz, gets right in position, and he just gets hammered. That was Blaine Cooper running him over, but it gave Van Holzen the time he needed, and he hooked up perfectly with Jordan Doe for the 25-yard score, and now a 10-point lead for the visiting Cardinals.
Well, and we talked this. You see 4 plays, 28 yards. Took a minute 48 off the clock. The Jordan Doe TD throw from Jake Van Holzen. We talked to Coach Russin before, and he said, we want to come out here and make an early impression. We want to get up to an early lead because we know we're on the road. We want to take the crowd out of the game. And so far, I mean, it's 10-0, but so far they've done that.
The ball fell off. Well, and you had talked about it. You know, how many turnovers we've already seen. I think 2 each side.
Yep.
In the first half, and Coon Rapids able to take advantage of this one, and they needed to with where they took it. This one muffed, and then the reverse coming back to the near side. That's Oriana will get out across the 35 and the 40 before being forced out of bounds.
And again, just great special teams play. A little trickery in the backfield. This time, the special teams for Coon Rapids didn't fill that lane. Corey makes a valiant effort trying to go for the ankle tackle, but he does a good job of fighting out and a nice job of running down the sideline to pick up that additional yard to give his offense really nice field position to start this drive after that Cardinal TD.
Couple of times they've had good kick returns to get him into great field position. Thus far, the Panthers have not been able to take advantage of their opportunities and now find themselves down 2 scores. 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. Dunbar under center. Handoff goes to Henry. Henry pursued in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Ethan Tidrow with him all the way. And Ryan Corey out in front to make sure he had no way to cut that corner.
Yeah, exactly. You know, the ends are so important in this defense, and they're doing their job here so far tonight. They're just making sure that, for the most part, we've seen Henry with one nice run, but outside of that, they've been doing a good job of just holding that edge and keeping him from getting around.
More carries to this point in the game for Dunbar, and I think we'll see more and more of Henry as we move along. The pitch to Oriana has to cut back. He's hit first by Jeebly and dropped back at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 11.
Just using their quickness and their lateral pursuit, just doing a really nice job of just stymieing this offense.
Well, and this is a huge play for Spring Lake Park. You do not want to give this ball back to Coon Rapids with the way they have really moved the ball the last 2 drives, although the first of those 2 drives ended with an interception, and the second one really was 3 plays that didn't go much anywhere, and then one that ended up in the end zone. On 3rd and long, Dunbar throws incomplete, looking for Skelly. Ryan Corey on the coverage. It's 4th down.
Getting a little bit of pressure. He's got to get rid of that ball fairly quickly. And you saw the defensive coordinator, Mike Weber, shot at him just before this play. He's got to be pretty happy with what his defense has been doing here tonight.
They gave him a fortunate, favorable spot
Yeah.
back at the 41. So another punting opportunity. Last one went off of the foot, off of the side of the foot. That one nearly blocked. I think that was Tidrow getting in the backfield. That one took a funny bounce. And Jordan Doe dives on top of it. I'm not sure why he was chasing it.
Yeah.
I didn't think he touched it.
No, he did not. I think he was concerned that it was going to roll closer to the stripe, but you cannot touch that ball. Fortunately, he was able to fall on it. But if he got a piece of it and it squirted away, that would have been trouble. But yeah, you have to at that point you just have to let it go.
Cardinals will start deep in their own end at their own 16-yard line. 1st and 10, 4:49 to play first half. They have a 10-0 lead. High snap to Van Holzen, fakes the give. Looking for room to run in the middle, just nothing there. He's back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd down.
Yeah, we've seen a number of high snaps here tonight from Coon Rapids, something that they certainly have to be a little bit wary of.
And there you saw it. Right as soon as he took it away from Garlick, there were 2 blue jerseys right there.
Yeah, that play broke down right exactly at the point of attack.
Straight quarterback keeper and just no room. Van Holzen trying to create to the edge and can't find anything there as well. Either he's going to lose a yard. It'll be 3rd and long.
Nolan Toomey with a number 11 coming in your picture in a blue jersey. Just a great tackle. Just cuts him underneath and makes sure he gets him to the ground. That puts him in a 3rd and long situation.
3 receivers on the right side for Van Holzen here on 3rd and 11. Bubble screen goes to Jordan Doe, cutting back in the middle, and he is going to have enough for the 1st down. Great blocking again downfield by the receiving corps.
Jordan Doe, I mean, really has done a nice job here tonight. He's been their offense on the receiving end.
Almost 100 yards here in the first half. Fake the give, the throw incomplete, trying for the little slant to Sonny Tao.
Yeah, that throw maybe a little bit too hurried.
Well, I think trying to keep the
warm.
Panthers.
They're trying to keep warm, apparently.
Trying to keep the Panthers on their heels a little bit. Quick plays, get them off quick, get the ball out of Jake's hands fast. On 2nd and 10, and we've got movement.
Yep. And I'll push him back 5.
Well, since that
That's
opening,
your center.
Since the opening drive when they had 3 penalties on 4 snaps, that's the first time they've committed another one, but at a bad time. Now 2nd and 15 from the 23. Panthers show blitz. Van Holzen chased out of the pocket, has a lane and will run. Gets out across the 30, close to the 31. It'll be 3rd and about 8.
That was Skelly again. Skelly's doing a nice job defensively. Van Holzen's got some speed too. He's stepping up at big number 84. Just made sure he got a body on him, brought him down. Puts him in a 3rd and long situation at 3rd and 8. There you see the numbers for Coon Rapids on 3rd down. 2 of 6 so far this evening.
And another flag.
Again, movement. Another false start, 2nd one on this drive. And it's,
so
it's
3rd and 8 becomes 3rd and 13.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough enough at 3rd and 8. Now it makes it a little more difficult 3rd and 13. They did pick up a 3rd down and long, but you don't want to be doing that each time you get into 3rd down. There you see the numbers. Jake would like to have the 2 interceptions back, but fairly efficient, 10 of 16 for 137 yards. I think the Cardinals are going to call timeout.
Well, and you got a couple. 2 minutes left
Yep.
in the half. You got a 10-0 lead. You got a 3rd and long situation.
Big down.
Deep in your own end. You'd love to pick up this 1st down, but you know that if you don't, Panthers are going to have decent field position. At the same time, Joseph Tarnew, you never know what you're going to get. I mean, he's been better more often than not.
He has.
He's had a couple of just absolute gems
Bombs.
already, but a couple of ones he'd rather forget. But you don't want to give him good field position and give the Panthers a chance to score.
Well, one thing you don't want to forget is the fact that you can watch us on YouTube. Make sure you check us out. We do our live games on YouTube. If you want to see what we do in the past, you can also check our page out on YouTube. All the things that we do at CTN right there on YouTube. Right there on your personal device, Joe Yen.
Stats guru Harley Schultz tells me just over 30 yards a punt so far this season for Joseph Tarnew. But that includes a 65-yard bomb against St. Thomas Academy.
Yeah, and that was, like I said, that was a bomb.
It definitely flipped the field. Well, Cardinals hoping they won't have to send him out here. 3rd and 13. Van Holzen wants to throw. Looking for Doe. Complete down the sidelines. Into Panther territory. Wrapped up and dropped at the 44-yard line. A big 3rd down conversion and 1st down in plus territory.
Well, again, protection is the key. Look at the great job the offensive line giving Jake time. And the defense has no answer for Jordan Doe here.
Well, I was just going to say, you've already seen enough of him to know you can't leave this guy that open. I couldn't believe how open he was when Van Holzen let it go. He was running down the sidelines all by himself. 1st and 10 from the Panther 44. Play action pass complete to Sonny Tao. Turns upfield. He's going to be just short of another 1st down.
Sonny did a really nice job. You set himself right in the middle of that defense, right in that soft spot, as he's just going to stop, and the quick throw, again, quick rhythm pass from Jake Van Holzen gets it to him, and a nice gain on 1st down.
And now 2nd and 1 from the 35. Lots of options in the playbook here. They're going to swing Garlick out, and they're going to pass it to him. He gets upfield. They'll have the 1st down before being forced back. And Coon Rapids moves the chains again.
Just a quick little throw to Garlick. And again, that defense closes quickly. Doe trying to get the block, but realized smart play by Jordan Doe because he laid off that block. Otherwise, he would have been called for an infraction.
So 1st and 10 now from the Spring Lake Park 32-yard line. Handoff goes to Garlick, and he is swallowed up as soon as he got the ball. A loss of 3, maybe even 4.
Surprised Cardinals aren't calling a timeout in this situation. Clock continues to run after that.
2nd and 14.
Oh, you got to go something for the sideline.
Van Holzen throws over the top, touchdown!
Wow.
Timing play over the head. Skelly tried to slow up and wanted the pick, tried to underpick the route, and it was right over his head, right into Jordan Doe's breadbasket. He's got his 2nd touch of the game, and the Cardinals lead extended.
Yeah, who cares if there's 30 seconds remaining? Again, you go for the juggler, and the nice throw from Jake Van Holzen. And again, how do you leave him? You actually almost have to double cover him in this point. And they're going to make some adjustments at halftime because you cannot leave Jordan Doe open like that.
Well, nobody over the top to help Skelly.
Nope,
and
that's
Skelly,
what I'm saying.
he slowed up. He thought he was going to be able to jump up and undercut the route, but not possible on that one.
Well, again, and look at the protection, too. Just a nice job of letting Jake just find where he is on the field. A nice throw, too. He had to stop just a bit, but he had a well enough gap between the defender, and he's able just to walk into the end zone for the touchdown. Coon Rapids with an impressive performance here on offense tonight in this first half, even though they've had some turnovers.
Well, and Coon Rapids going to get the ball back to start the second half as well.
There you see 10 plays covering 84 yards, 4:19 off the clock, 36-yard strike from Van Hulsen to Doe to cap off the drive. And Joe, you have to be impressed with the fact that they went 84 yards and were able to take it down basically the length of the field and
drive.
Score.
Great drive and great momentum for this team going into the half, knowing that they'll get the ball back when they come back out.
Well, it'll be interesting to hear what head coach Rustin has to say, especially about the quick timing and the way that they wanted to get Jake more involved in the offense.
Wetzel back to the 5 to return, looking for room in the middle. Oh, this is Oriana, excuse me, and he gets a good return out to the 33-yard line. Only 23 seconds on the clock. We'll see what the Panthers try to do.
Yeah, will they attempt to play, or will they kneel on it and go into halftime and just talk about things?
Well, I think you've got to do something, but this, as we talked about, not a team that is built to throw.
No.
And so this is a situation where you're looking for those long over-the-top passes. You do have Skelly. He's shown his athleticism, no doubt.
He has.
But we'll see what they elect to do on 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard or 33-yard line. Quarterback option cutting into the middle is Dunbar. He's swallowed up and dropped after a gain of 6.
Yeah, they're just going to let this. They're just going to let this run out and go to the break. That's a great job by both sides of the ball, Joe, in this first half for Coon Rapids.
Yeah, they're definitely going to feel pretty good as they head into the locker room. Coon Rapids has a 17-0 lead. We'll have more from Panther Stadium after this. Winston, nice hands, drives and scores. Back at Spring Lake Park High School, Coon Rapids a 17-0 lead as we hit the half. And down on the sidelines with Cardinal head coach Nick Russin is our Jen Halverson. Jen?
Coach, I saw you look really happy with quarterback Jake Van Holzen after that last drive, resulting in a touchdown. What do you make of his decision-making so far tonight?
Yeah, that's Jake. You know, and we told him before the game, just let it fly. You know, we think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the state. We have all the confidence in the world in him. And when he just sits back and trusts it and lets his arm do the work, that's kind of the result. So we're very pleased. Obviously, there's some things that we need to clean up. We kind of beat ourselves a little bit with some penalties, a couple overthrows, an underthrow there, but we just want to keep being aggressive. We keep wanting, him to have all that confidence, and hopefully he can continue in the second half.
What will be your message to your team after a pretty stellar first half, 17-0 over the Panthers? What will be your message going into the locker room?
Yeah, just same mentality. I love how our boys have came out. We have to go into that half that it's a 0-0 game. We can learn from last week a little bit, kind of same ordeal. Came out a little flat last week. Great learning experience for us. Keep adjusting, keep working, playing hard, and same mentality. Don't change anything. Let's keep playing hard, and hopefully we can put another 24 minutes together.
Thanks, Coach.
No problem. Thank you.
Joe?
All right, thank you, Jen. We'll take another break. We'll be back with first half stats and highlights. You're watching CTN's live coverage of boys high school football.
Have you seen the CTN TV truck driving around the city of Coon Rapids? Maybe at a concert or a game at Coon Rapids High School. Our top-notch crew has won many awards over the years. In fact, the crew covers over 100 events per year, including graduations, parades, and city concerts. For local sports and events, CTN has you covered.
Back at Panthers Stadium, Coon Rapids with a 17-0 lead as we reach the break, and it really broke open in the second half. Both teams a little slow to get started. Coon Rapids especially, their first drive, they had 3 penalties on 4 snaps of the ball. Both teams with 2 turnovers each, but Coon Rapids able to take advantage, and then a nice long extended drive toward the end of the half to put the big touchdown in at the end and take the 17-0 lead.
Well, what Coach Russin was saying is that they've got a few things to clean up in penalties, and that's are things that they really need. I thought Jake Van Holzen did a really nice job after a couple of tough throws early on. I thought he did a really nice job of composure in the pocket, did a really nice job with where he produced that pass, laying it right over the shoulder for Jordan Doe on a couple of occasions.
Oriana fumbling on the pitch, and then Miles Taylor stripping it during the pitch attempt. Cardinals get a top of both of those, and that has been a big sight in the first half. Jake Van Holzen to Jordan Doe. Twice they have reached the paint. Alex Findlay had a 25-yard field goal in the first half, or in the first quarter. And with that, Coon Rapids a healthy lead, and look at the difference in yardage.
Coach Rustin said we want to get our passing game going, and they certainly have. 233 yards of total offense in that first half. Only 2 first downs for, say, Spring Lake Park. We don't give enough credit. We haven't talked enough about that defense and what a stellar job they did in that first half. Did a really nice job of just capitalizing and just filling holes and doing an excellent job of leading.
Well, and they want to be balanced, but you talk about they want to have that passing game get going. With how well the Panthers have done shutting down the offense, the running game of the Cardinals, and how poorly they have defended the pass. If I'm Coon Rapids, although you want to make sure your run game continues to grind things out and gets you yardage and runs clock and all of those things, you might just stay with the pass and just keep blowing it up.
They're going to try and run the ball in that second half. But, yeah, you're right. I mean, if one thing is working for you in your offense, you continue to do it. If you're able to exploit that defense like they did, you're going to go back to it. But I think they do. I think they want to continue to try and run the ball because, obviously, it takes time off the clock.
Well, and we will see. Both teams obviously going to make some adjustments at half. Who will be the winner at the end? 24 minutes more of football on the flip side of the break. We'll have more from Panthers Stadium after this on CTN. It's Friday the 13th.
Full moon.
It's a full moon, a harvest moon. And fortunately, the clouds moving just enough that we can get a peek of it. A gorgeous night for football. And now back down to the field, Jen Halverson on the sidelines with head coach John Stewart of the Spring Lake Park Panthers.
All right, Coach. Well, defensively, you had 2 interceptions, have gotten your offense back on the field more quickly, but unable to capitalize. How do you kickstart your offense in the second half?
We just got to get back to our fundamentals. We're just missing some assignments and some breakdowns there up front, and we just got to clean that up and go for a second half here.
For Coon Rapids, Jordan Doe and Jake Van Holzen have been their offense tonight. What positions do you put them in the second to make them more uncomfortable?
We've got to get some pressure on the quarterback and just try to find a way to cover that number 4. He's getting all over the place.
Great. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Joe?
All right. Thank you, Jen. And, yeah, I'm sure everyone along the home sideline is aware of what that young man did in the first half.
Yeah.
And they are committed to make sure he doesn't have quite as much success in half number 2.
Oh, we were just chatting about it in the booth and what Coon Rapids would like to do, certainly on offense coming out in this second half. They want to continue to pressure, and I think they'd love to be able to get an opportunity to put some additional points on the board. There you see the numbers for Jordan Doe, 7 catches, 164, 2 touchdowns in the first half. In that first half, he has an opportunity to expand on those numbers. But you're right, they're going to make some adjustments, and they're going to try and keep those young men in check.
Not a bad half of football. Oriana with the kickoff. It's short, taken at the 25. And I believe that's Jordan Nolan who got it out across the 30 to about the 32.
You know, defensively for Spring Lake Park, they did a nice job in that first half of pressuring. As you see again, Van Holzen, the numbers for him, 13 of 19, 212 yards, a couple of scores and a couple of interceptions, but really good composure, and I like what he's done here, especially in the latter part of that second half, just really leading this offense, getting good time, good protection to make those throws.
1st and 10 from the 32, and a defensive penalty this time as they tried to jump the snap.
Yeah, not the way Spring Lake Park wants to start their defensive drive here in the second half.
Well, and they did not get penalized much at all in that first half. Coon Rapids definitely shot themselves in the foot a couple of different times.
Well, now it'll be interesting to see on 1st and 5 what you want to do with the playbook here. You've got some opportunity here to maybe pull something out. I think they're gonna give the 5 yards right back. Yeah, they're gonna give the 5 yards right back.
So it's no longer 1st and 5.
Yeah.
Not the start either coach
No,
wanted to see.
exactly.
We want to clean up the penalties. All right, 1st and 10 from the 32. Handoff to Jeebly, and he gets forward to the 34, gain of 2. I think it's the first time we've seen Jeebly in the backfield.
I believe you're correct. Well, I'm not sure if Jake was trying to take that back.
Takes it back this time, wants to throw, had Doe, but just overthrew him just a little.
Boy, he had him.
They
too.
had him over the top in the seam too.
Yeah, I mean that been working all evening long, just a little bit overthrown. Now puts him in a 3rd and long situation. 3rd and 8.
Jeebly replaced in the backfield by Ryan Garlick.
There you see the numbers for Coon Rapids on 3rd down. 4 of 7 so far in this contest.
Tommy DeGaggio is the lone receiver on the left side. Van Holzen steps up, has time, throws, and too much on it, looking down the seam for Josh Cedillo. Incomplete, and the Cardinals will go 3 and out.
Yeah, again, just a little bit too much mustard on that pass from Van Holzen. You know, he may have had an opportunity to step up in the pocket and run, but I again saw his receiver open
Well, the Cardinals got him time.
Yep, they did.
And they got receivers open, and 2 passes that were just a little too much air on them.
Yeah, sometimes.
But as you heard Coach Russin talk about going into the half, is they have to play another solid half of football and not give Spring Lake Park an opportunity to crawl back into this one.
Well, and this is exactly what the Spring Lake Park wanted to happen on their first defensive drive to open the second half. They forced Coon Rapids to punt the ball away.
First punt of the ball game for Joseph Tarnu, standing just inside his own 20-yard line. Gets a good end-over-end kick, and it is fair caught at the 40-yard line by Joey Sorensen.
Well, they'll have pretty good field position to start their first drive offensively. Now we go back to the equation where the Cardinal defense has played so well in that first half. They are going to have to continue to carry the momentum here. You see Zach Dunbar, 9 carries, just 10 yards on the evening in that first half. 1 of 3 through the air, 31 yards.
One nice pass. That was by far their biggest play of that half. It came on their opening possession when they were facing 3rd and 16. On first down, handoff goes to Henry up the middle. Ball came out. Coon Rapids pointing that they have it.
We'll see what our official says. Yeah, I think they have it. Cardinals are celebrating like they have it. They have it. They have it. Ty King against second one.
Again, and that is too much for Spring Lake Park to have, to first snap of the offensive snap of the second half, and they turned it over for the 3rd time tonight.
Yeah, big number 44 is right there to fall on his second fumble recovery of the evening. And that gives the ball right back to the offense. Now here, Joe, here's an opportunity for Coon Rapids to try and put this game out of reach. If they can get a score here, still plenty of time, obviously, but you can really put a lot of pressure on the Panthers if you can get a score here.
Van Holzen on the keeper will get 3 off the left side. 2nd and 7.
You know, we've seen Jake with plenty of opportunity to run the ball, but just, again, Spring Lake Park defensively doing a good job of just limiting them.
Well, yeah, and you never want to completely abandon the run.
No.
But their passing game has been so effective, in their running game, not so much.
Nope.
2nd and 8. Again, a big hole this time for Van Holzen, and just tripped up. I think it was Wetzel who got a hand on the ankle as he went by. He's going to be just short of a first down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Yeah, he's limping a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. But yeah, he's you're going to see. Oh, I don't know if did a defender get a hand on him, or did he just trip on the turf?
I thought Wetzel got a hand on his ankle as he went by. 3rd and 1 from the 31. Again on the keeper is Van Holzen, shakes a man off, cuts back, and he's behind the defense. Touchdown, Coon Rapids.
Boy, again, he's been waiting for that opportunity. He's been looking for that seam, and we've seen Jake, because he's got speed, he's able to take it to the house. Once he got in the open, you knew that he wasn't going to be denied to cross that stripe.
Well, and this has been the problem for
Good
Spring
cut
Lake
to the
Park.
inside.
Is so aggressive up front, and then the secondary comes in deep as well. Van Holzen was past the entire defense by the time he was 6 or 7 yards off the ball, and they're not going to catch him because he has that speed.
Nope.
A 31-yard gallop to the end zone, and now a huge lead for the Cardinals. Findlay's kick is straight wide. It's a line drive.
Yeah, wide left.
So 23-0.
I mean, look at the acceleration. Look at the cut here, and that's what made it for him.
By there, he's behind the entire defense.
Yeah, and there's nobody's going to catch him. And that's a huge, huge touchdown for the Cardinals.
Well, and it was such a huge turnover for Spring Lake Park on their first offensive snap of the second half. I mean, you come out of the locker room, it's your home opener, you're down 17-0 to a good defensive team. You commit a penalty on the first snap of the second half, but you hold 3 and out, and then on your first snap you fumble it away for the third time.
This Cardinal faithful has to be extremely happy about way this Coon Rapids team has been taking it to Spring Lake Park here early on. 3 plays, 40 yards, just a minute 15 off the clock. A 31-yard run by Jake Van Holzen. Crosses that stripe, puts the Cards up 23-0.
Findlay's kick driven down to the 3-yard line. They will reverse back to the near side. Getting around the corner is Oriana trying to cut back. A flag back behind the play.
That's a block in the back.
And this one's going to come back. He was out to the 31. That was a great kick by Alex Findlay.
Yep.
And the flag sitting right at the 20-yard line. They're calling half the distance, so personal foul.
Yep. We'll see if we can see it.
Yeah, blindside block right there.
Yep, and that was on Dalen Jones.
Just have his hands, not his shoulder.
And you saw the flag come out immediately. So it puts Spring Lake Park back in a deep hole.
And this defense already fired up, and they're going to jump the gun.
They're really fired up. Ty King excited to get to that quarterback. A little too excited.
Cardinals certainly don't want to help them out, but boy, they are just drooling for an opportunity with the Panthers backed up, and knowing that this is a run, pass team, that you've got them out of their comfort zone because down 3 scores, they're going to have to throw the football. 1st and 5 from the 15. Dunbar cuts back up the middle, tripped up as he crosses the 20 out to the 22-yard line. That'll be a first down.
You see it again, and just doing a good job, just stepping up in the pocket, or stepping up in the line of scrimmage and able to get additional yards as he's had a little bit of contact, but picking up the first down.
Manos may have gotten away with a trip there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Handoff goes up the middle. Hit and stopped at the 25 after a short gain is Oriana.
Now, TJ Hawkins is a beast in the middle. He's tough. He's a tough individual to move out of there, and allows other players who've got that quickness and that speed to capitalize.
2nd and 7 from the 25. Dunbar hit, ball comes loose. Dunbar able to get back on top of it. He'll lose a couple yards, but he was hit as soon as he pulled it back on the initial fake, and that ball popped loose, but fortunately for him, he's able to get on top.
Yeah, he's going to lose a couple. It'll make it 3rd and 9. Turnovers really have been the key to this game. Turnovers on both sides, but at tough times, especially for the Spring Lake Park Panthers.
Well, now they face 3rd and 9.
Another big turnover. Ty King's been the recipient of a couple of fumble recoveries here tonight.
Dunbar ran the option left side, got wrapped up, dropped for no gain. It'll be 4th and long. And a punting situation for the Panthers.
Again, Miles Taylor doing a good job of fighting off a block and pulling Dunbar down. We haven't called Miles Taylor's number too much, although he did make a nice play where he knocked the strip sack
Forced
away.
a fumble.
Yep.
What do you want from a guy?
Well, you know, when you're used to making a couple of sacks and an interception, and
Evan Federovicius to punt it away. Doe calls for the fair catch. Not able to make it. That ball is loose on the far side, and the Panthers have it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Doe looked like he was going to have a difficult time bringing that in. He should, again, hindsight 2020, but should have let that one go.
And this is a golden opportunity for the Panthers. They were held 3 and out, and they get a gift right back. And they get it inside Coon Rapids territory, 1st and 10 from the 44. 7:07 to play in this third quarter. Still a lot of football to be played.
Yeah, this is
but they really need to convert on this opportunity if they want to stay in this ballgame.
Yeah, golden opportunity.
Looking to throw is Dunbar, now chased, rolls out, throws it up, and that's just a duck waiting to be picked off. And it's Tarnu coming back the other way, out of bounds across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, they're going to get penalized for an illegal hit. So that ball is going to come back a little bit.
And they, much like one of the 2 Van Holzen interceptions in the first half, that's a ball you just can't throw.
No.
And I mean, that was.
No, he was running for his
playing.
life.
He was playing. Tarnu's playing center field, just waiting for that one to come down.
Yeah, so an illegal hit's going to push him back a little bit.
And while you hate to have that penalty, you'd love to have the field position. You still have the ball.
You have the ball, exactly.
Another look at it.
Yeah, that's a duck.
I mean, look at Tarnu just standing there, just waiting. Oh, hey, that's coming to me. I think, yeah, as Harley Schultz just pointed out, maybe he could have caught that.
As good as a punt as that, that must be what Harley's saying.
1st and 10 from the 20. Cardinals try and run right side, lose yardage. There's a little swing pass to Jordan Doe.
Jacob Fritz with a nice play
yard.
defensively, fighting off a block, able to get a hand on him.
Van Holzen, screen pass left side to Sonny Tao, trying to get behind blockers, but no room to run there. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Again, just a quick little throw to Tao, but you're going to see a couple of blue jerseys fighting off blocks. Nowhere for Sonny to go. Joe, you touched on the good blocking by the receivers. And certainly Avant Shannon is a receiver who blocks really, really well, and that's one guy that they're missing, obviously, tonight.
On 3rd and long, Van Holzen steps up, wants to run, in trouble, and he's dropped back at the line of scrimmage. Cardinals will go 3 and out again.
And the clock continues to move. Not the friend of the Spring Lake Park squad.
Well,
again,
this
it's just going to close quickly.
Yeah, and this one was good downfield coverage.
Absolutely.
By the Panthers, the adjustments they're making to try and slow down that Cardinals passing game, and just nowhere for Van Holzen to throw.
And the Panthers are going to get pretty good field position. At least they should.
Sorensen standing just on his side of the 50. Not a very good snap. Running for his life is Tarnu, and still gets away a good boot toward the far sideline. Great.
Wow.
Coon Rapids bounce. It'll roll out of bounds at the 38-yard line. How did he get that off?
Well, again, he's
I thought
athletic.
For a second he was going to throw it. Then I thought he was going to run it.
I thought he was going to run.
He found enough room and said, I can kick that ball. And he got a good punt
And he got a great punt considering the circumstance. The snap's a little bit off to his right, and then he saw, again, pressure. But he's able to step up and smartly, great head on his shoulders, able to get that kickoff. And a good one, as you mentioned, at that.
So 1st and 10 from the 38 for the Panthers. They've had 2 possessions, 2 turnovers in this second half. Dunbar keeping it up the middle. going to force his way forward for a gain of 5.
There you see 4:30 remaining in the third quarter. Clock will continue to move.
Good start for the Cardinal defense
Yep.
in the second half, getting 2 turnovers on the Panthers' first 2 possessions. Unfortunately, the offense unable to capitalize either time. Cardinals have 10 points off of turnovers. On 2nd and 5, Dunbar on the option, cuts back, eludes a hit, and then runs into Jordan Nolan, but not before he got a first down to the 49.
And again, just he's going to take it himself, able to gain the edge a little bit. Nice job cutting up back to the middle, but a couple of missed tackles there, but not Jordan Nolan. He was going to make sure he brought him to the ground.
I'm not running into Jordan.
I wouldn't want to run into him either. Unless maybe he had some pizza for me or something.
Oh, they put him right at midfield, so 1st and 10 from the 50-yard stripe. Dunbar under center, has 1 receiver wide to right. A lot of men on that line. And they just go quarterback sneak right up the gut, and that's a gain of 3 to the Coon Rapids 47.
Yeah, they thought, I think they were going to able to, if that quick little sneak up the middle, able to get some additional yards, but good job closing quickly. Nolan again leading that charge. $15 carries, 30 yards tonight from Zach Dunbar so far.
Dunbar trying to follow off the right side. They push the pile just across the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5. Time ticking away here late in the third quarter. Spring Lake Park trailing Coon Rapids 23-0.
Yeah, the efficiency on 3rd down not good for the Panthers. You see it there as one of 7.
And the one that they converted, 3rd and 16 on their opening drive. A 31-yard pass on that play, their biggest play of the game. Dunbar fakes the give, finds a seam, and gets a big run, cuts back, and he's tripped up from behind as he gets inside the 20 down to the 15, tracked down by David Jeebley.
Well, they've been trying to do that execute that play fair amount here this evening. Use his speed up the middle. That time, nice job by the offensive line to open up that hole. Nice job clearing out space for him.
30-yard gain, and there you see Jeebley tracking him down.
I like the move. I like the move to cut inside. Good job picking up that additional yardage.
Run again by Dunbar, cuts back, and he's got another nice gain down to the 7-yard line. Pickup of 8. I misspoke earlier. It's been 3 possessions, 2 turnovers before this one for Spring Lake Park. But both of those possessions where they had turnovers, the turnover was on the first play.
Under a minute remaining in the quarter.
The other was a 3-and-out. Second and 3 from the 8. Handoff goes to Henry, and he's able to push his way down inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal.
And the Panthers wasting no time as they get to the line of scrimmage.
Possibly the last play of this first quarter. Dunbar wrapped up and dropped for no gain.
It's a good job by the Cardinal defense closing. Jeebly and Miles Taylor.
Yeah, and when big
Taylor's
number 6 wraps you up from behind,
you're not going anywhere.
Not much anywhere. That is going to take us to the end of the third quarter. The Cardinals add another score. They lead 23-0 as we head to the fourth. You're watching live high school football on CTN. Coon Rapids certainly has the upper hand as we get ready to start the fourth quarter, but the Panthers are in deep. Second and goal from the 4 in a must-score situation. They need the end zone here, down 23.
Yeah, they really do. And, obviously the Cardinal defense has been pitching a shutout here through 3 quarters. Would love to come up big. Well,
you said the S word.
Yeah, well, that's okay. I'm not saying anything that's not.
Oh, and a false start will back them up. They had 2 guys jump in the backfield and also the wideout.
A little anxious.
And that's a big penalty. It's a defense, as you mentioned, that's been playing very well, limiting their opportunities, shutting them down at every turn, and now instead of second and goal from the 4, it's second and goal from the 9. But this one of the better drives of the evening so far for Spring Lake Park, started back at their own 38-yard line.
Well, as you mentioned, they have to come away with points here. They have to.
Oh, and it's got to be the end zone.
Yep.
Pitch goes to Oriana, and he is stopped behind the line for a short loss. It'll be third and goal from the 10.
Again, good pursuit laterally by the defense. Jeebly with a nice job of just fighting off a block and coming over and making the tackle.
I've been very impressed with him on defense.
Yes, absolutely.
We really, they're going to put him back as far as the 11.
Yeah. He's at the 11.
We expected to see a little bit more of him on offense because he's got so much speed and he's got good vision, but he's been a difference maker on the defense.
He really has.
Through these first 3 weeks. They run the reverse, and it fooled the Cardinals big, and in for the score is Wetzel.
Well, and they needed that. And again, it's to get this close and not score. You're trying to fight to get back into this game, and that's exactly what Spring Lake Park did here. Is I think they're going to stay on the field and go for 2.
You
have to.
Again, you have to.
Yeah, again, defense going one way, Wetzel going the other.
I mean, you need 2-point conversions on 2 of 3 touchdowns in this fourth quarter in order just to tie the game. And put 2 wideouts on the right side here for the extra point conversion.
Throw it to Skelly.
Wetzel, or Dunbar rolls out, throws short to Wetzel, or to Oriana rather. It's good. And it's 23-8.
A good drive by the Panthers. They come away with 8 here with 11:08 remaining in the contest. And just a great play. Misdirection, as you mentioned, catching the defense off guard.
Well, the defense has been able to stymie this high-powered running offense because they have been so aggressive.
Yep.
And on the touchdown run by Wetzel, they got burned by that same aggressiveness. over pursuit, and once Wetzel had it running back the other way, there was nobody going to catch him. He had one guy out there to block. That's all he needed. End zone bound from 11 yards out. And there's a look at the scoring drive. 62 yards, 10 plays. Ended with the 11-yard Wetzel run. And is it too early to be concerned about the...
I'm just going to say that. I know what you're going to say. Onside kick.
Onside kick.
Yep, I was just going to mention it.
They're lined up in tight on this near side hash at the 40-yard line. And it is an onside kick attempt. It's going to take a hop, and it's going to go out of bounds.
I like the thought. I mean, you want to get the ball back. You want to be aggressive. You want some of that momentum to get back on your sideline. But that'll put the Cardinals at the 35.
Or better, depending on where it went out of bounds. They say it went out at the 34, so it's either you could take it at the 34 or the 35. 34, if you decline
35
it,
one better?
Or the 35 is one better. Nice math. Or you could back them up 5 yards and have them re-kick.
I don't think they're going to do that.
No, they're going to accept the illegal procedure, take the ball at the 35.
Yeah, you.
And here's where Coon Rapids, as we were talking about at the half, this is where the Cardinals' run game has to.
They would love to run the ball here.
Oh, they're going to. Oh, so they take the illegal procedure and the out-of-bounds spot, and they take over at the 39.
That's four. That's actually like five better. Yeah.
Amazing.
Nice.
So, so this is where the run game has to work for the Cardinals because you need to run the clock, keep possession, move the chains, but 1 or 2 yards at a crack isn't going to do it.
No, I mean, and that's what this defense, they want to force Coon Rapids into a second and a third and long.
And you can't be content to just take 3 plays worth of time off the clock and give them the ball back. Looking to throw is Van Holzen, bubble screen to Doe on the near side. He cuts back into the middle and he's out to the 45. It'll be 3rd and 4 from there.
Again, trying to spring Jordan Doe. He's so athletic and spring him open a little bit. You've seen what he's done all game. And now you put him, as you mentioned, put him in a third and manageable situation, but you want to keep this drive going.
Lucky Morange, the lone wideout on the right side. 3 receivers left for Van Holzen here on 3rd and 4. Sonny Tao and Jordan Doe lined up together in the slot. Pass goes to Tao, and Tao has the first down right at midfield.
Yeah, again, just settling in there in the defense, in the soft part of that defense, and a quick throw by Jake.
Find the hole in the zone, show the quarterback your number. That's what Sonny Tao did. Nice low pass. Only one who could have a play on it is Sonny Tao. It moves the change and keeps the clock running.
Well, you see the numbers for Sonny, 6 catches for 49 yards.
Blitz coming. Van Holzen throws the screen to Doe. He comes all the way back across the field, breaks a tackle, and has a gain of about 8 to the 42-yard line of the Panthers.
To Doe, brought down by Sorensen and Cooper.
Again, Jake, with just that quick little throw, get it in the hands of your athletes, and Jordan Doe able to pick up 8 yards on the play.
Ethan Tidro checks in. Line him up as a... Oh, he's playing at the left guard position, or left tackle, rather. Fake the give. Van Holzen keeps it, dives forward, should have enough for another first down.
Exactly what Spring Lake Park does not want to see. Coon Rapids controlling clock here in this 4th quarter after giving up that score.
Now the chains will move. 1st and 10. Ball just inside the 40.
Well, the clock continues to move, obviously, too.
And that's
so important.
The most important part. Of this drive is just to take time away your lead's big enough to win. If the opponent has no time, fake the give. Van Holzen sprints down to the 35-yard line, a gain of 5.
Well, again, you're picking up on a play like that. You're picking up a good chunk of yardage at 5 yards at a crack. And
you'll take 5 yards every
absolutely.
time. Oh, yeah.
No question.
You never face third down if you get 5 yards every time.
That is correct.
As long as my math is
correct.
correct.
You didn't even have to take your socks and shoes off for that one.
Depends on if you throw a penalty in there.
Then you're in trouble.
Then you got to carry digits.
Yeah.
Gets messy. 2nd and 5. Van Holzen again on the keeper. Finds the seam in the middle, and he's got enough for a first down to the 28.
Again, that work has been give to the gut of Garlick and pull it back
and
out.
A nice job by the interior of the offensive line creating that seam for him.
Yep. Yeah, you got to give credit to the big boys up front.
Play action, the pass incomplete. Doe got tangled up with the cornerback. No flag on the play.
Well, then now it stops the clock. Jordan's coming out. Yeah, he's got a bit of an injury. I don't know, maybe it's a cramp. And
I hope so. I mean, he walked off of it, but there you see the contact. He's looking around like, am I the only one who saw that?
I think it's I wonder if it's a cramp the way he's walking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I think that's a cramp. Got to stay hydrated.
Well, he's back on his feet and headed for the
good
sidelines. Jeremy Shepard, the trainer, will take good care of him.
Yes, he will.
And it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals from the Spring Lake Park 28-yard line. 7:21 remaining, a 15-point lead for the visiting Cardinals.
Oh, Joe, I tell you, they continue this drive and put points on the board. That's it for Spring Lake Park.
Yeah,
Red's here. Red's a little nervous. He's chewing on the beads.
Yeah, even 3 points here would be huge because that would make it a 3-score game again.
Yeah.
Van Holzen, keeper on the sweep right. Great pursuit by Spring Lake Park. Nothing there. It'll be 3rd and long.
You see it again, trying to get the edge. And we saw a lot of this in the first half. Good pursuit defensively by Spring Lake Park. Jake not able to get the corner. Makes it 3rd and long, 3rd and 9. As you see that clock continue to move, under 7 minutes left.
Yeah, 4-down territory right here.
Yeah.
I think still a little far out for a Findlay attempt.
I mean, you can get
45
this in a couple of plays.
Makeable, but play action, and then again the option, and this one's coming.
Yeah, that's a hold.
He was going to be short of the first down anyhow, but it would have made the decision even more difficult because it would have been more of a makeable field goal attempt.
Well, and that it also stops the clock. The hold.
And backs him up to a very long 3rd down.
Yeah.
And a possible punting situation. Maybe not a punting.
Maybe not a punt. At this point in the field, he'd probably rather turn it over on downs than try and punt it away. But
3rd and 19. Depends on how much you get, I suppose, on this 3rd down.
And you throw the ball, you just run it in this situation and keep the clock moving. And
well, the clock is definitely important, but the yardage is as well.
It is.
And your most dangerous offensive weapon is still on the sidelines. You've definitely got guys who can run the ball. You just have to get them a seam. They swing Garlick out. He gets the pass, cuts back.
That's not it.
Read well by the Panther defense. They drop him for a loss back to the 40, and now I think it's absolutely a punting situation.
Well, now that you lost yardage.
Because now it's
timeout called by Spring Lake Park. They're going to preserve what little time is left.
4th and 21 from the 39. And this is one where they had one against St. Thomas where the punting team was able to down it inside the 1 yard line.
That would be wonderful.
It was huge. It doesn't need to be down inside the 1, but inside the 10 would be.
I agree.
Would be nice. Jen is down on the sideline with what's going on with Jordan Doe. Jen.
Yeah, well, he's just been down here stretching it out with the trainer. He's been drinking water at the same time, trying to stay loose and loosen up his muscles. He's still rubbing it out, and it looks like he's going to go back in. I mean, he doesn't seem to be too injured at all. It's just a cramp, and he'll be out probably on the next drive.
All right, thank you, Jen.
Well, again, you know, the cramps, and obviously they're hydrating and massaging that leg.
Tardu is standing at his own 47-yard line. And the punt is taken from the 15. Wetzel trying to find room around Oriana trying to find room around the right side. And he's going to come out as far as the 30, a decent return and decent field position. Oh, I apologize. That was Joey Sorensen.
Yeah, he takes that ball on the run and trying to pick up some good yards, but good special teams play by the Cardinals to make sure they wrap them up.
So the Panthers take over 1st and 10 from their own 30, trailing by 15 with 5:41 to go. Dunbar hands off to Henry. Henry gets out as far as the 34, a gain of 4.
Yeah, and Spring Lake Park has got to get to that line with some urgency.
Well, and they need to get bigger chunks.
Yeah.
They need to score twice here. Again, not a team that's designed to do a lot of passing.
Nope.
Quarterback keeper right side will set up 3rd and short.
Yeah, we're going to, before this play gets off, most likely we're going to be under 5 minutes.
Second and 2 from the 38. Fake the give, wrapped up immediately is Dunbar. Looks like he was able to get decent forward momentum.
I don't know if he got to the 40, but
that's where they're marking it. It looks like they're going to give him a first down. Well, they have to now. The chains have already moved. I didn't think he got quite that far,
nope.
But that's immediately where the refs marked it off. A timeout for Spring Lake Park. And as much as you want to save clock, now you're down to 1 timeout remaining. You still need 2 scores. And if you score the first touchdown, you go for the 2-point conversion and don't make it, then it's still a 2-score game.
You are correct. Well, they got a ways to go before they put points on the board.
Oh, yes. I'm aware.
Plenty of time to put points on the board, but time is definitely not the friend of the Panthers at this point.
But yeah, you would have to imagine if they make the end zone, they will kick the extra point so that it's still a 1-score game. But Coon Rapids' defense has been tight all game long. 1st and 10 from their own 40. Pitch goes to Henry. He gets around the corner. Nice gain into Cardinal territory. Another first down. Forced out at the 49.
Oh, and that's what they want to do. They want to get to the sideline and obviously save time.
Handoff up the middle. Henry. Good initial surge for 3, but then forced back. 2nd and 7 from the 46.
Yeah, 1 timeout remaining for Spring Lake Park. They're going to try and preserve that at this point in the game.
Fake the give. There's the late toss. Oriana gets the corner, forced out of bounds. Another first down to the Coon Rapids 31-yard line. Gain of 15.
You know, and the key to that is waiting as long as you can to pitch that ball. You saw Corey in on him. Jeebly forces him out of bounds.
On first down, Dunbar wants to throw. Pass is complete on the right side. Had a man wide open, got the edge. Forced out of bounds just outside the 10-yard line. That was Blake Remy on the catch. And a great drive quickly downfield by the Panthers.
Well, and that's the key, is they haven't taken a lot of time to get down to this point in the field and still have a timeout in their pocket.
1st and 10 from the 11. Option again. Dunbar running, looking for room. Hit, bounces off of it, and then dragged and spun out of bounds. A flag on the field. Cardinals pointing in the Panthers' direction.
Yeah, and I think they're correct. Let's see what our official calls.
Yeah. It's forced out right at the 5. That's right where it is.
A hold. I think it was a hold. Oh, blocking the back.
Legal use of the hands. Either way, it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it'll be 1st and 14 from the 15. Exactly 4 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. Coon Rapids up 23-8. Dunbar looking for a seam, dives forward for a short gain. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, and again, that's a nice play by Hawkins, who's able to bring him down and keep the clock moving.
2nd and 12, ball at the 13-yard line. They can get that first down inside the 1. They need 2 scores. Dunbar rolls out, wants to throw over the top, complete, touchdown, Skelly.
A quick strike hit. Skelly using his height listed on the roster at 6'4". He's able to go up and get it. And a nice pass from Dunbar. Well, if they get this 2-point conversion, well, it's all of a sudden a very different game.
Well, here's the thing, and that's what I was saying earlier. You've got to kick this one, don't you?
I don't think they are.
No, they're keeping the offense out there. If the Cardinals stop them, that's almost a death.
Yep.
Right there. I mean, that locks it up because it's still a 2-score game if they don't get this one in. Dunbar looking for room. He's not going to get there, and now it's a 2-score game.
Yep.
Unless you don't have a kicker that you trust to make that extra point, which is not obviously always a given in high school football. But I'm more than a little surprised to see him go for the 2 there.
Good job by the defense. That just closing down on that 2-point attempt. Well, there's the touchdown throw, and again, just over the defense, over Corey and Manos, and again using that size, go up for it. But then the failure to convert on a 2-point opportunity.
It's a huge stop by the.
Yeah.
It's a huge stop by the defense.
Yep.
But again, I'm surprised.
Well, you got to put your hands team out now if you're Coon Rapids.
Absolutely.
Because you know this is going to be an onside kick.
Has to be. Great drive though. 10 plays, 70 yards.
Yep.
Only took 2:13 off the clock.
Well, that was the key. Is it didn't take a lot of time. And 1 timeout remaining for the Panthers.
Well, Fedorovic's last onside attempt was actually a pretty good onside kick, but the Panthers not able to get to it before it got out of bounds. Ideally, you do want that to hop up in the air.
You do.
And give your guys a chance to jump up and grab it. But it was definitely slow enough and angled right that his guys had an opportunity to get there, but unsuccessful. And here it is with 3.5 to play. Fedorovich, a good roll, diving out, and on top of it is Miles Taylor. And Coon Rapids will take over in Spring Lake Park territory. And now with only 1 timeout for Spring Lake Park, Coon Rapids will come out and run the football.
I would think
Burn
that they
some clock.
Well, yeah, and again, just the 1 timeout remaining for the Panthers.
And a 2-score lead.
Yeah.
So at this point, take some time off the clock, hold on, and move to 2-1. Handoff goes to Ryan Garlick. He's met in the backfield for a loss of a yard or 2.
And the Panthers are going to use their – they're going to use their last timeout? Yeah. Yep. One more timeout. That's the last one they have. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. We'll give you updates during the game, get opportunities to see what we're doing at CTN. That's twitter.com, CTN Coon Rapids. Cardinals making sure that what they call here, obviously they're going to, as you mentioned, they're going to run the ball at the time is on their side. Let that clock run down.
Van Holzen on the keeper, dives forward for a short gain to the 47. They'll set up 3rd and 8.
Clock's under 3 minutes. You see the numbers for Coon Rapids, 50% on 3rd down, 6 of 12.
Handoff goes to Garlick. He's met immediately and spun down after a short gain. It'll be 4th and 6, 4th and 7. Gonna wait for the final second, call timeout.
Coach Russin looking at that clock. They do call the timeout. Yep, minute 50 remaining.
Well, and here's and now you send the punting unit out, pin them down there. Or keep your offense out there, see if you can get that first down. A first down seals the victory.
Right. But they're not going for it on 4th and 7.
Although you're not going for it on 4th and 7 from this spot. And
no.
Two possession game under 2 minutes.
You push them back. You let your defense. I mean, obviously, outside of that last drive by Spring Lake Park, the Coon Rapids defense has been controlling this game. You just put it in the hands of your defense and let that final time
Well, their
tick
first
away.
scoring drive was solid as well.
Right. But I'd say that the Cardinal defense has really been dominant here tonight for the most part.
Tarnew standing at his own 40-yard line. Sorensen just inside his own 15. Tarnew gets off a good boot, checks up as it hits the ground, and it's down just inside the 20.
Long field for Spring Lake Park, and as we talk about, they're not a passing offense.
Well, he was able to complete a couple of nice passes on that last drive, and Skelly
going to put the pressure on him.
Skelly has his 3rd touchdown in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
he's a nice target.
He is.
Big, strong kid. He's played a lot on defense as well. But yeah, his size definitely gives him an advantage over most secondary players on most high school teams. Dunbar under center, single setback now on 1st and 10. Drops back, throws right. This pass is nearly picked off. Well defended by Joseph Tarnew.
Yeah, he had a couple defenders there. And again, when you've got, as you mentioned, when you got a receiver the size of Skelly, you let him go up and try and get it. I think Joseph thought he should have picked that ball off.
Had good position.
He did.
Quick screen near side for Henry, met immediately and brought down. Great tackle on the play by Antonio Manos.
Again, you keep him in the field, you keep the clock moving.
Gain of 2. Dunbar drops back, has time, throws right, pass complete. Wide open and able to get a nice gain, but before being forced out is Remy. Second time they've run that play, and both times Remy has been wide open on that sideline. Of course, at this point, Coon Rapids will let them have anything they want underneath. Out to the 35, under a minute remaining. Drop back, Dunbar pass is complete to Skelly. He's hit immediately. Double teamed there by Shai Williams, Antonio Manos.
Boy,
stopped after a gain of 7.
Yeah, and he had to come out. Did a good job keeping him in the field of play to keep the clock going.
Dunbar drops back, swings it out to Oriana. Oriana spun around and dropped in the field of play, a short loss.
Hibbler, I believe.
It'll bring up 3rd and 5. They spike the ball. It'll be 4th down, 7.1. Cardinals
Coach,
can start the celebration.
Coach very happy with his squad's performance here tonight. Cards are going to move
Again,
to
the
2-1.
the offense slowed a bit in the second half. And as Russin talked about going into the break, he wanted to see them come out with the same intensity, the same drive, and just really put this one away. They were unable to do that. But 2-1 with back-to-back division wins is definitely a nice thing for the Cardinals, and they get to Dunbar and take him down. Ethan Tidrow, first man there. The sack will force the turnover on downs. The Cardinals will come out and take a knee, and they will improve to 2-1 on the season.
Yeah,
I think that's the first
win.
sack, right?
I believe.
Second sack of the night for Tidrow.
Yeah, again, the defense played well. Forced some turnovers, a couple of sacks.
Yeah, 4 turnovers in the game for the Cardinal defense. Cardinals take a knee, and the Coon Rapids fans start to cheer.
And they should. Two straight wins for our Cardinals. And you see the happy faces on that sideline across from where Joe and I are.
Both
on that visitor
against
side.
Division opponents, 2-0 in the division, trying to keep pace with the Armstrong Falcons, who are off to a 2-0 start coming into this week. Both of them coming against division opponents. They beat Spring Lake Park week 1, Hopkins week 2, and I'm not sure who they had this week, but with the extension of the Blue Division going to 7 teams now, 6 division games in the season instead of 3. Only 2 non-conference games. Cardinals played one, a very tough one, week 1 against St. Thomas Academy. They'll also finish their schedule with a non-conference game on the road at Parker Cottage Grove. We'll take a short break, be back with some post-game reaction right after this. You're watching live high school football on CTN. Nice hands, drives, and scores. Back at Spring Lake Park High School, Panthers Stadium a little subdued as their team falls in the home opener to the Coon Rapids Cardinals, 23-14, the final score. And somewhere down on the sideline, amidst the celebration, is our Jen Halverson getting some reaction. Jen.
Coach, you talked about a road warrior mentality coming into tonight. What did you see that created that mindset and made that come to fruition from your team?
Again, it's the credit to these boys for buying in and what we're trying to build here. We keep challenging them. We keep building the standard as a football program, and they're just buying into it, and they're just living up to it. And I think you've kind of seen, hopefully from the last couple of weeks, that mindset shift a little bit and how we've come out in the first halves. And that's the potential of what our football team can be. We love our coaching staff. Our players work extremely hard, and I'm just so proud of them. It's all credit to them for buying in, executing the game plan, and it's a lot of fun to see them and that scoreboard come out in our favor.
Your team took the lead early on tonight. How did they maintain that tempo as a whole?
Yeah, again, I think it's just executing. Obviously, we'll watch the film and we'll correct the mistakes, but we told our boys this week we wanted to be aggressive, and I think we showed that in the first half. And then when you got a defense where we have a lot of confidence in, we just got to play fundamental football. we got all the faith in the world of that defense to make the crucial stops when they can. Again, that's credit to Coach Weber and that defensive coaches. But, again, it's just the boys buying in, the boys executing the game plan, and I'm just so proud of them. This is a great win for us. It's a great win for those boys, and hopefully we can keep this momentum going on to next week.
Great. Congratulations,
Thank
Coach.
you. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you, Jen. We'll take another short break. Be back with game stats, recap, and highlights after this.
The award-winning community programming by CTN Coon Rapids is funded exclusively by cable subscribers. Without those subscribers, we would not exist. So no more coverage of local news, stories, events, and sports in our community. So thank you for subscribing to cable TV and for supporting CTN.
Okay, back at Spring Lake Park High School, the Cardinals a 23-14 victory to improve to 2-1 on the season. Down on the field with one of the stars of the games, Jordan Doe, is our Jen Halverson. Jen?
Jordan, you had 2 touchdowns tonight on a pass-heavy offense for the Cardinals. What made connecting on those drives seemingly so simple for you?
Every day we work hard in practice is what we do. We are a fast, hard-tempo offense, so we just put in work at practice, and then it results into the game. That's it. Work hard as a team.
Another week, another Cardinals victory. What is it about this Cardinals squad this season that's working so well?
Positive mentality. Today, the theme of the week was Warriors mentality. Just come in and fight. We knew this game was going to be a battle, so we had to win. We had to.
Right. Thanks, Jordan. Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Thank you.
Joe, back to you.
Thank you, Jen, and definitely a huge win for this Cardinals team. Now they go home with a pair of games against the 2 teams at the bottom of the conference to start. Irondale and Park Center have both started out 2-0 on this, or 0-2 on the season. They'll have Irondale next week, and then homecoming against Park Center the following week.
Yeah, they marked this game on the calendar. They knew the first game of the year was going to be tough. They figured that if they could get this win, they have an opportunity to reel off a number in a row. And that's something that they're going to strive for. I love the fact that when Coach Russin talked about that these young men have bought into what that they're trying to coach. It's so important, and you've got to have everybody on the same page. Chemistry, as we always talk about, is important. They have it, and they came out here tonight and they played tough. They wanted this game more.
Yeah, and last week they won with their running game got going. This week it was clearly the passing game that got going, but a big running score for Jake Van Holzen in the third quarter. Scampers 31 yards with speed, and that put the Cardinals up 23-0 at that point. The Panthers made it interesting, getting to the end zone a couple of times in the fourth quarter, but just too little too late, and the Cardinals able to hold on here for the 23-14 win. And a huge victory for them. Keeps them on pace with the conference-leading Armstrong Falcons.
Yep.
And that's the game that they have to go on the road for right after those 2 home games.
Yeah, exactly. So, if you look at total offense, 305 yards for the Cardinals. Really give credit to Spring Lake Park to really kind of come back and get their offense going. But you just have to love the way that these guys played and really the heart that they showed here, especially when Spring Lake Park was driving. That stop on the 2-point conversion attempt was huge because it kept that lead to 2 scores. This is a Cardinal team that obviously they may have liked to have run the ball a little bit more, but I would have liked to have heard from Jake a little bit in terms of his protection up front and what this game plan was, because he was on. He passed well those passes, those touchdown passes to Doe, especially that one in the corner of the end zone. Really a nice throw.
Yeah, and I think both teams would like to clear up those lower 2 categories.
Yeah.
Few too many turnovers and penalties, and a big, again, the one concern perhaps for the Cardinals is not the same type of offensive production in the second half that they had in the first.
Right.
If they want to be successful against those higher quality clubs, they're going to have to put in 2 very strong offensive halves.
Yeah, they really will. And this is, again, you take all the positives out of this game because now you feel pretty good about where your club is at this point in the season. And you learn from those mistakes. Again, we talked about turnovers, too many turnovers, too many penalties. an opportunity for them to clean up those kind of things, because they certainly can do it. And they've got to, again, you don't look past any team, but you've got a couple of games that you have an opportunity to win here in your next two contests.
Well, and I think these are a couple of games that the Cardinals not only have to win, but need to be dominant in order to really take some momentum on their side when they head to Armstrong 3 weeks from tonight. There's a look at what we have coming up for you. We got volleyball on the road at St. Francis on Tuesday night, tennis against Anoka with a very special guest.
Yes.
It's a secret. Tune in live at 4 o'clock, and then we'll be there for kickoff against Dyerdale next Friday as the Cardinals take on the Knights. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. There's a beautiful shot of that full harvest moon on a Friday the 13th evening. Again, the final score, Coon Rapids 23, Spring Lake Park 14. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Jan Halverson and Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Yund saying goodnight.